You're muted.
So rare. So Val, tell me more about what inspired you to write this piece in this way.
I read this wonderful book by Miriam Taves, and she talked about how she'd heard some news coverage about the rape of over 130 Mennonite women. They were raped by the men in their community. They were drugged and then raped. And the women needed to sort out what was happening and what to do about it. There was no one way forward. There was different things that they had to grapple with, really struggle with. Like they were under pressure from the leadership in their community to be Christian, which meant, according to the leadership, to just forgive the rapists and to move on, to be good Christians. And then there were other women who thought they should leave. They should take their kids, they should leave. Or they didn't know what the other options were. So in this society, in this community, the women didn't learn how to read or write. And they found a young man who had been a part of their community who could read or write. And so the women, they gathered themselves together in secret in a barn, and they asked the young man to be their scribe, to record their conversation, because it was important. It was important that they find ways to talk about their experiences. It was important for them to talk through the disagreements. It was important for them to figure out, to navigate through the uncertainties and the fears and so on. Because there were so many fears. Like they didn't know how they would survive outside the community, for instance, like if they left. But they also knew, what they did know is they wanted to stop the rapes. They wanted to stop, they were afraid for their daughters. And so all of these experiences, their hopes, their dreams, their fears, all of this was brought together in conversation with these different personalities who had, Taves created this lively conversation between them that was a way to explore the issues without the academic form. It was a way that somehow she found a way to capture and remain true to who these women were and what mattered to them and what their experiences were. She really, it felt like to me as a reader that she really honored them and their reality and their struggles. And so I was so struck by the power of that, about what she was able to create through inquiry and through argument and debate and so on, that it was another whole way into experiences beyond our own. And so I wanted to try and take that form to see if I could pick up some of the conflicts and issues and uncertainties and fears and arguments and debates and so on within our own communities, within Indigenous, for Indigenous peoples, because there are so many complicated issues and we're all a part of a complicated world. And so how do we find our way through, and how do we help each other to find our way through? So the paper is an experiment.
One of the things I like about the experiment is the presence of Raven as a thread or a theme of that which is overheard in the paper. So there's something I think useful for all of us thinking about these challenges with a paper that doesn't actually drive towards an argument. So in none of the scenarios do we have a resolution, but there's something about the theme of the eavesdropping question. Like, how that plays out here opens up some space for thinking about overhearing. Yeah, a place of overhearing.
Yeah. Yeah. Eavesdropping is an important pedagogy along with discomfort. So yes, Raven listens. And then we have to think about what she's heard. And it's another level of listening once we do that.
I like it that she gets a bath.
I like it that she has to think about the form she's in insofar as her writing ability. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's
We're done.
we're done.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to, let's see.